Hi guys. This is for trigonometry. If you're in trigonometry and you're taking you're doing trig identities, I want to make a few videos just based on trig identities in general, how to prove them and stuff like that. I did do a video a long time ago where I had gone over a lot of problems with trig, with trig identities. Um, but I want to make them one by one so that, we can get started, and so that it'll be easier for those of you who just kind of want practice on some that, if you think you've got it, or if you think that, you want to know how they work. And of course, as always, you can pause during the video and try it yourself. But let's get started. So here we have the following trig identity. It says prove the following trig identity. It says 1 over cosine x minus cosine x over 1 plus sine x equals tan x. Okay, so one of the rules that you always make sure you do is to make sure that you keep one of the sides the same, and you simplify the most complicated side. So here, our most complicated side is the left-hand side, so it's going to be this side here. We want to make it so that it equals tan x. Now, sometimes, if you want, you can make this into sine x over cosine x, but, since this is a very simple identity, since we know that tan x is equal to sine x over cosine x, we can just write it as tan x in the end, because this is a very known trig identity. So we can just keep it as is and prove that yes, it is equal to tan x if we do get sine x over cosine x. So here we go. So we have this, and basically what I would do is I would do cross multiplication. One of the things that I like to do, because there's a subtraction sign in the middle, sometimes when you have a over b minus c over d, I know with a over b plus c over d, it's ad plus bc over bd. The way I like to do it, though, with subtraction, just if you know how to cross multiply with subtraction, that's fine. But the way I would do it is I would say a over b plus negative c over d equals ad. Ad. Because we do this, and we would do this, and then we would say it would be ad plus, and we would say negative c times d over bd. Okay, so it would be ad minus b, or minus cd, or minus, sorry, it would be negative c times b, minus bc over bd. Okay, so that's what you would do with this. So I'm gonna first go ahead, and you don't want to change this into secant x, because be careful, because I mean, you can do that if you really want to, but I mean, I wouldn't do it because it's not really gonna make it, I mean, it's not gonna make it any more simpler. So the way that I would do it is to just completely cross multiply, and I would change it into this form here. Okay, so I'm gonna say that this is equal to 1 over cosine x plus negative cosine x over 1 plus sine x. and then I can cross multiply. So then I'm going to say, so if I kind of, label my, or color code my parts here, and this is negative cosine x, and this one is going to be 1 plus sine x. So I can say that 1 times 1 plus sine x, and then I'll say plus, and then it'll be negative cosine x times the cosine x, which is the purple one, all over the cosine x times 1 plus sine x. This will be 1 plus sine x. Okay, so that's how it would be, and so you would say that, and then it would be, you would then make this equal to tan x. You want to make sure that you leave that side the same. So if I kind of just, and you don't have to draw a line, this is just to kind of, organize my work. I can do it without a line, but if you kind of get, lost with the equal sign and stuff, I would recommend drawing the line. So we then have 1 plus sine x minus cosine squared x over cosine x plus sine x cosine x is equal to tan x. Okay. And then what we would do is, if I just kind of, okay, so then this would be, let's see here, it would be 1 plus sine x minus the it would be 1 plus sine x minus 1 minus sine squared x equals, or over cosine x plus cosine x, sorry, give me a second, be cosine x times 1 plus sine x, and so then you would have 1 plus sine x minus 1 plus sine squared x, because you're going to distribute this over cosine x times 1 plus sine x, and this is equal to tan x. Okay, this is equal to tan x too, and then you would say, sine x, so we have a 1 and a negative 1, those two cancel out, these two cancel out. We have a sine x plus sine squared x, and it would be, this would be, and then it would be over cosine x times 1 plus sine x. This would be tan x. it would equal to tan x, and then you would distribute a sine x out of the numerator, so then you would have sine x times 1 plus sine x over cosine x times 1 plus sine x. Okay, and then from there you would cancel this out, and this would be equal to tan x. And so then we would be left with sine x over cosine x equals tan x. And so we know that tan x equals tan x. And that's your solution. So that's how you would do this one. I'm going to go over a few more for those of you that, you know, for me to actually go over a few of them. I think I'm going to go over, like, maybe I'll go over as much as I can, but this is it for this video. If you guys have any questions, please let me know. And also please comment, like, and or subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.